stream, and I am joined with Dylan from the Last Week in Wrestling podcast and Will Ferris. Boys, how are you guys doing?
Good.
Good. Yep. Good. Just been cracking down on these Wrestlemania predictions and going crazy
Yeah,
about them. So that's about it.
yeah. No, you did a video on your channel with your
Yep.
boys doing the predictions,
Yep.
um, and yeah. So now you're here, Wolf. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing pretty good. I'm just been doing some work lately and
Yeah. All right. That's good. Don't mind me. I'm just changing the thumbnail, but WrestleMania boys.
He's
oh boy.
oh boy.
Uh, Surely going to be a banger show.
Mhm.
Surely going to be the talk of the town for at least the next few weeks.
Oh yeah.
Um, so I'm gonna start with you, Dylan. On a scale from 1 to 10, what's your excitement level for WrestleMania at this point in time?
7.
7.
A solid 7. I think overall we're gonna have a lot of great championship matches. There are those filler matches with the two showcases between the men's and the women's tag.
Wasn't
Brock and
that like
Omos.
pre-show? I thought the showcase
No,
was
that's main
I
show.
that's main
That's probably
show.
main show.
Oh, I genuinely thought it was gonna be like during that time when
I hope
that
it's a
like
pre-show.
1 hour time when they have like Kevin Patrick, Booker, and
I don't think they do pre-show matches anymore. I think it's just talking
no,
at
they
this
do.
point.
They've done pre-show matches like there was, but usually it's like one or at most.
I'll
Basically.
take it as a pre-show match. If
Yeah,
it's
I
a
was
pre-show
Bullshit
thinking
match, then
should
I
like
be.
say an 8.
each showcase is like a pre-show match like before
Right,
like one for each night.
right. But yeah,
Yeah,
no, I mean, all in all, 7. We got a lot of championship matches that I'm very excited for with Sheamus, with Cody and Roman, the Usos and KO, Charlotte and Rhea, Asuka, all of them. So
Mhm.
I'm genuinely excited to see. Hopefully, some titles change hands. Maybe a retaining champion does happen. It was something that we all did talk about on the episode today with my team. But yeah, so I definitely right now at the moment give it a 7 out of 10 for me.
all
For
right.
me,
Wolf,
it's 9.
9.
9. A
9.
care to
9.
I
Get
am
explain?
the
I
fuck
am
out of
I'm
here. I
sorry.
hit a
I
9.
love WrestleMania this year. This year there is like it's like the card is just amazing. Like
I can't deny that.
even like okay, even Brock and Omos, funnily enough, it's like just big meaty men. It's not
Big meaty men slapping meat.
God.
I don't know, like, some were saying, like, Brock is gonna, like, squash Omos or something, but, like, now I'm, like, not convinced of that. I think it might actually be, like, a decent everyone thought, like, Braun Strowman and Omos back in, like, Crown Jewel or whatever was gonna be bad, and it was, like, actually better than expected.
Yeah, it was decent there. I could see them going like 5 minutes at the shortest and maybe 10
Yeah.
at the latest.
From what I heard, I don't know if this is, like, real or not, this is just stuff I heard, like, on the internet and stuff.
Mm.
After WrestleMania, Brock is out.
Like of WWE?
He's gone,
Bullshit. I
and
don't
I'm
buy it.
like, "Okay, I kinda understand why, like, cause like, Vince is not, like, booking stuff anymore, but, like, do you really need like, get a retirement match at least, like"
This is gonna be his retirement match.
Honestly, I would have loved to see something like Braun versus Brock or something, or
I mean, we already got Braun versus Brock like 5 times, I think. Like
no,
we've
no,
got
not
it.
Braun Strowman, Braun Breaker.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
That wouldn't be bad. That wouldn't be bad.
Yeah. Also, another matchup that I'm like now losing hope for, that I wanted to see for so long was Brock versus Edge.
That would have been sick. But at this
Yeah,
stage, I don't really think it would happen.
I don't
One
think it's
one
happening.
dream match that I'm losing hope for that was The reason why so many tickets sold out for this event is The Rock versus Roman Reigns. Not gonna fucking happen.
Yeah. I
Clearly
mean,
not happening.
Roman versus Cody is what's it called? I think still a good matchup.
Oh yeah.
A better matchup.
Cause like Cody has not like gotten any like bad matches since coming back.
No.
No.
I feel like it's gonna keep on going. It's just gonna be bangers. Like
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I could definitely see Cody after winning the belt at Mania, which I'll get more into later.
Hmm.
I could definitely see him like being the full-time champion that wrestles all the fucking time on
yep,
TV.
100%.
So, I mean, I don't see anything bad with Cody being the champion. But boys, are you guys ready to predict the WrestleMania card one by one?
Yep.
Yeah.
Are we
We should
starting
start
with the
off.
opener?
We should well before I think maybe I don't know. It's all up to you, Willie. This is your show, but I figured we get away with the honorable mentions of the Bobby Lashley Battle Royale. I don't know if that's something you wanted to
Like
touch
we
upon.
predict the Andre the Giant Battle Royal for like an honorable mention.
Kind of, sorta, or see maybe what Bobby's actual end result could be for the Brock and Omos thing. I know that's what we did or
I could
whatever
see,
today.
yeah, no, we can predict the Andre Battle Royal pretty quick since it's called WrestleMania SmackDown. I could
Right.
definitely see that. But yeah, let's do that. Wolf, we'll start with you. Who do you think would win the Andre Battle Royal if you know who's in it?
I have it somewhere. Let me bring it up real quick.
I think I
No.
said it on my show, but like 90% of the
Yeah,
field
I
of
got
tag
it.
teams
Okay.
anyway.
Yeah, I got the picture. All
Okay.
right. So we have. Is it okay if I say everyone who's in it?
Say everyone, I don't care.
Yeah.
Legado del Fantasma, Maximum Male Models, OC, Good Brothers rather, um, Hurt Business, Shelton and Cedric,
Mm.
um, Angel and Umberto, Hit Row, Dexter, Loomis, Brawling Brutes, Dolph Ziggler, Mustafa Ali, Rick Boogs, Elias, Johnny Gargano, Xavier Woods, LA Knight, Bobby Lashley, Karrion Cross, Baron Corbin, Bronson Reed, and Madcap Moss.
And who do you think wins out of all of them?
Personally, like I feel like the safe, like obvious choice is like Bobby uh or something. But personally, I'm gonna go with like either like Bobby Carrion or LA Knight even, but like I'm gonna go with a curveball pick. I'm gonna say Bronson Reed.
That's not bad.
I think
That's not bad, actually.
No.
Look at come on, Dylan. That's actually a pretty solid pick
No,
for
it's
a
a good pick. It is a
curveball.
good pick. I'm breaking balls over here. I'm just breaking balls over here.
Because remember,
But
last year it was Madcap Moss. Did you really think anybody fucking
yeah,
would predict Madcap Moss?
yeah.
I didn't. I
Um,
didn't.
but like out of the people like I would want to win, I would say either Mustafa Ali or why not Carrion?
Mm,
Carrion could get a win.
I don't see Ali in a chance in hell. But Dylan, who do you think?
All right, I got two. I'll be honest. I have two,
Go ahead.
and one of them, of course, is Bobby Lashley. I think that that's almost a kind of obvious one if we look at it. You know, Bobby doesn't have a mania spot per se at the moment. Things could change for him as this last week goes to WrestleMania. I think that if Bobby wins, he could kind of come in, and there's a possible Uncle Howdy spot that happens with Alexa Bliss kind of being in the arena, as she said. So there's that possibility of something like that happening, or he kind of helps the Hurt Business come back together to attack Brock during his match with Omos and bringing Carmelo Hayes to the forefront after his match with Braun Breaker later on, you know, early in the day. So I think that's a possibility. The other crazy possibility is LA Knight. And I think
Yes.
that would be the way to do that one is he wins it Friday night. He comes night one of Mania to talk to The Miz and has a match with The Miz for hosting the rest of WrestleMania. He hosts WrestleMania night two, defeating The Miz, of course, night one, and is the host of the WrestleMania and also Andre the Giant Battle Royale winner as well. So just another nice little accolade for LA Knight and his little push to stardom that we are so desperately wanting to see him get.
I could see that 100%. My pick, well, I'm gonna do who I want versus who I think.
Right.
Out of everyone, who I want is LA Knight,
Hmm.
obviously. That would get him to, because he's supposed to get a big push after Mania. The
Yep.
Andre Battle Royal would be a great place for him to start. Who I think has to be Bobby Lashley, 100%. Like I said on the SmackDown review with you, I
Hmm.
think that it's a good photogenic moment where he's just posing like this.
Right. Exactly.
So I mean, yeah, no, that's pretty obvious. So that's the Andre Battle Royal. Now let's
Yeah.
kick off with how night one will kick off. John
Oh boy.
Cena versus Austin Theory.
Yes, sir.
Um, yeah. So Wolf, we'll start with you. Who do you think what comes out on top here?
Uh, Personally, like, okay, I mean, it's obvious we all know Theory is gonna retain. Cause Cena came back literally to put Theory over.
Okay.
Um, what does that mean? I would not like John Cena winning? No, I would love John Cena winning, but it's not gonna happen. Uh, a friend of mine, when like briefly talked about Mania, just slight like a funny thing I shared because I was talking about SmackDown when Ray hit Dominic. And I sent him the a video of like Cena pulling out the belt against Miz that one time. And then he said, "Yeah, the Cena needs to do that to Theory." I'm like,
Oh fuck.
"Yeah, not in a title match."
Yeah,
The
no, Cena would get
Chanclas.
DQ'd.
Yeah, the Chanclas and the belts are going to be out at this WrestleMania. I feel there's going to be a lot of beatings happening
Yeah.
for these children of
Yeah,
the new
Ray
Um,
needs to
generation.
beat Dom with that belt.
Here's another thing that might be a little bold uh in my prediction. I'm gonna say Theory wins clean.
Okay.
Like full on like he tries to cheat, but then like Cena like
Of course.
roasts him or something, and then he like decides against it. As like,
Right.
you know what, no. Uh but it's gonna be yeah, it's gonna be a good match, I think. I might miss like a bit of it or maybe even the entire match until like the end result, but because I'm gonna be eating,
Ah,
uh,
that's gonna
yeah,
suck. I'm gonna eat nice
at
and
the
early
mountain,
on Saturday.
Yeah, I'm eating while I'm streaming. I don't even care.
yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
just, I got too
But it's
much.
okay because like I know the result. Like it's got to be Theory retaining.
I
There's
don't
no
know,
way.
like, these recent pay-per-views, it's kinda hard to predict. Like, they could really do anything
True.
here.
Yeah.
Dylan, who do you think comes out on top here?
Yeah, I'd rather Theory than Cena. Clearly, I think this would be a really good push for Theory to continue his heel run as United States champion. Going into the Monday Night Raw, there's a possibility that we get some comebacks of like Shinsuke Nakamura. He kind of opens up a new challenge for the United States Championship. Nakamura maybe takes uh, curiosity to that. Maybe even Matt Riddle, because I know he's been cleared as of recently. Maybe Randy Orton. I know there's rumors that Randy's coming back, possibly at Mania or maybe the Monday night after Mania. So maybe that kind of happens. If
Yeah.
Cena were to win, I don't think it really makes a difference. It doesn't really do much. I know before when we were doing our predictions today, some of the theories we spewed out were, Cena could come out Monday night and then say, it was great that I won, blah blah blah, and then he doesn't show up to the next pay per view. He only has to contractually defend it once every 30 days, so he kind of just has a couple of pay per views in between. But he could just drop it and have an open challenge, issuing Nakamura, issuing Randy Orton, issuing a lot of other candidates and superstars. Or the bigger one is that Gunther, if Gunther does lose at Mania, he's the one that is next for the United States Championship contention. Is also my theory too.
I don't think
I
he would go straight from IC to US though.
I know, I
I
know,
don't see
I
it.
know, I know. It's a wild one, but I think that Gunther, with the Honky Tonk Man is the only one that's held the IC championship the longest, and
Yes.
I feel like if we're not going, I know we're going to talk about it later, but if let's say Gunther doesn't retain, or does retain, let's say, and does beat the Honky Tonk Man as longest IC champion. I think that's something that they could definitely do with Gunther if they're not going to give it to Drew or to Sheamus. But if he does lose, I think that until these belts kind of get deferred between the Universal and the Championship, um, Gunther going after another title like the United States, kind of elevating it to another level like he did with the IC belt, I think would be perfect for him. But again, it is a little too quick to just have him drop one to then do another, then to possibly drop that one to then do another. So yeah, it could be a little too much, but there is that
I
possibility. Anything's possible. So
I do have something I wanted to share that I found that I watched through, like a video on of like, oh, how should WrestleMania be booked?
hmm
Which is the fact that like Theory beats Cena, and then like acting like all cocky and stuff. He hosts a United States Open Challenge on night two,
Mm.
uh, where the one who will answer it is a newly debuting Braun Breaker.
Like that would be nice. That
Theory
would be
versus
actually
Braun
pretty
Breaker
sick.
would be amazing.
Night 2 at Mania, night 2 of
But
Mania,
they
I
could
don't see
also do
that
it for
happening.
Raw after
Yeah,
Mania.
Raw after Mania seems very, very
Yeah.
likely.
suitable, yeah.
Um, yeah.
For me, it could really go two ways, but I can see the result being the same. Uh, whereas th- I think Theory will retain 100%. But I think no matter whether Theory or Cena wins, um, I think there will be an open challenge on Raw, the Raw after Mania.
hmm
Uh, but I think with the case of Theory, I think the person answering would lose. With the case of Cena, I think the person answering will win.
Right.
So, um, yeah, I think Theory is more of a likely outcome considering then Cena can move to Hollywood maybe on a more permanent rate and
hmm
kind of a passing the torch to Austin Theory. I think that's very likely because I still think Hunter does see a lot in Theory, and this could be the start of a superstar moment for him.
Right. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think
I,
that's
I
very
like that.
likely to happen.
Yep.
Uh,
Right.
so next let's get into the women's WrestleMania showcase.
Mm.
Who is in that right now? Fuck.
It
We have
is
go ahead.
Natalia and Shotzi, Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez, Ronda and Shayna, and then
And
one
one
unknown team.
team that we
Yeah,
don't know yet.
that will probably be decided on Raw.
That'll probably be decided on Raw or SmackDown. I think whoever's in that fourth team, it will probably involve
Chelsea.
Dana Brooke or Chelsea Green. Sorry, Chelsea Green.
Yeah.
I think
Chelsea
Dana
Green
Brooke and
and
Chelsea Green.
Carmella will
Apparently
be.
Carmella's injured though, so like I don't know if it's Chelsea and Carmella. It's probably gonna be Chelsea and maybe Piper. Maybe
Maybe.
maybe Dana Brooke. I don't know, but
I
I
think
think
Dana Brooke and
Chelsea is.
Chelsea would be a great
Yeah.
team. But Wolf, we'll start with you. Who do you think comes out on top in this Mania showcase? It might be fucking obvious though.
Yeah, people are not gonna like me
Yeah.
saying it,
Yeah.
but Ronda and Shayna.
Yeah. Same here.
Let's get this out of the way because I don't give a fuck about this match. Ronda and Shayna.
Same.
We'll
I
all
heard
agree.
like possibly the showcase matches are for like a future tag title
I
opportunity.
keep hearing that too, but they
I'm
don't
like,
say
they
it on
don't say
TV.
it.
Right.
Yeah,
They don't say it, but a lot of people that are talking about it is like, "Oh yeah, no, this is for a future tag title match," and it's like, when though? Like,
I don't
you're
know.
having a
Maybe
number
like
one
next,
contenders match.
whenever. Yeah,
You're having a number
but
one
I
contenders
mean,
match at WrestleMania to
I
advertise
don't think it
Backlash.
matters. I think the results stay the same regardless.
Yes. Why not? Let's keep advertising other matches and shit, and
Backlash.
not have any type of substance for WrestleMania's showcase. Absolutely.
I-
Yeah. No. This is a wash. This is a
Yeah,
bathroom break.
it's a
This
bathroom
isn't
break.
something.
You
Yeah.
know the
This isn't something
deal.
I don't care
Actually,
for.
the deal actually made a nice point. Um,
Zero
Women's
creditable
tag team
team.
division needs a total overhaul. 0 creditable teams.
Well, there's
There's
more
Ronda and
like
Shayna,
2.
and that's it. Who's the
Ronda
second?
and Shayna, and then like Damage Control, and then
Yeah.
like
That doesn't even deserve any credibility at this point either.
No,
They've been
it
looking
does
like
yeah, no,
though.
they've
losers.
been
It does though.
squashed.
It only does because it's so funny that we just said that. The only reason that Damage Control has not been doing great is because Bailey. And I love
They're holding
Bailey.
them back. Yeah.
Listen, I think that Bailey's a great wrestler. I know I'm already getting shit because of my theory about who should end night one, but I think that if if they lose, I know we're going to talk about it in a second or whatnot, but if
Yeah.
they lose again to Trish, Lita, and Becky, Damage Control needs to kick out Bailey, and Bailey
Ooh.
should go to NXT for a run. And if she decides to come back to the main roster, bring her back as face. Do not bring her back as heel.
Actually,
I'd rather I'd rather that than anything else.
let's
Uh,
actually get into that 6-woman tag since you
Okay,
mentioned it.
yeah,
I disagree on that. I
I
think
don't want I
just
don't want I
slightly. I think. See, I think Damage Control can work, but like, yes, I do agree with Bailey separating from Damage Control, but I don't think Bailey needs to go back to NXT because Bailey is like
she
decent. I
hasn't won
think she.
anything.
You want to know what I think? I think Bailey needs to go to SmackDown.
That's
SmackDown's
fine.
women's division needs
That's
an
okay
upgrade.
then.
Yeah,
That's
and go
fine
along
then.
with Rhea, like, oh, well, more on
That'd
that
be a
later.
great first feud for Rhea, or save it for SummerSlam or something like
Like
Right.
that.
that, yeah, just give a couple. Yeah, again, I think the only reason is because of the fact that they were on a roster way too good.
Yeah,
Like
you got Becky, you got Nikki, you got Piper,
Bianca, you got
you
Rhea,
got
you got
Bianca, you got Rhea right now, but she's gonna move to SmackDown.
yeah.
Right.
Uh,
So
you got
there's
Piper, you got
yeah,
all these people.
yeah.
So what's that?
My thing is, I hope, if I have to choose one of the two sides of the women thing, I would hope Damage Control gets the win. To be honest, I don't think that uh, Trish nor Lita nor Becky need this win to feel like they've achieved some type of goal or status. This is just another one to put on their card as I did another Mania match. I really don't think that Lita needs this. Well, first and foremost, it's not even a tag match. It's not even for the tag titles.
Yeah.
So the
Yeah,
substance of the actual match itself is just, oh, we're here because we have a bunch of legends like John now with Trish and Lita.
we're here because we hate Damage Control.
Yeah, like
Pretty much
I
it.
just it's yeah, it's just it
Yeah.
feels like it's just another one of those put together quickly matches that they kind of tried throwing down our throats throughout these past weeks. And honestly, if hell, if it is Trish and Lita and Becky, great, cool, excellent, doesn't really do much for me. It's not going to make me sleep better at night knowing that they won. And if Damage Control wins, it's still the same. It doesn't mean
Yeah.
anything unless like how the deal is saying, they turn heel and they say, you know what, Bailey, fuck you. Like, you got to go because you've now costed us a Mania match. You haven't won any matches prior in your singles run while as a team with us. You've only brought us down. You've been putting us in these situations with these people that we're not ready for. And we aren't really getting any type of push except downward with you by our side. So I think
Yeah,
now it's time for you
Yeah.
to leave. And Bailey at SmackDown would be great. She keeps with the heel gimmick. Okay, cool. If she tries to go back to babyface and do the Hugger Bailey gimmick with the whole blow up balloon guys and shit. Okay, cool. Let's see how that goes. But I don't think that. I think that either one of these teams, it really doesn't make a difference for. I feel like the end result is more or less what's going to matter. With Damage Control, if they do win, I feel like maybe they still will kick Bailey out no matter what.
okay.
And if that's the case, then great, cool. Because maybe Dakota Kai or Io gets the pinfall, and it's not Bailey against a legend. Maybe it's Trish taking the pin and not Lita because she's a champ, or not Becky because she's a champ. Trish doesn't really have any type of significance at the moment. There's
She
no
doesn't have
title
anything to
around her
lose.
waist. Yeah, so like if Io or
So
Dakota gets the pin on Trish, they could go back to Becky to Bailey on
right.
Raw and be like, you know what, we don't need you. We did it without you. You were out
Mhm.
on the sideline after Lita drop kicked you. You know what I mean? And you just sat outside like a wimp. So now get out of our team. We don't need you anymore. And that's that.
So all right, what do we think for predictions?
Yeah, because I don't think you said who you really think would win more.
I guess if I have to choose, I would choose Damage Control and Bailey.
Oh, really?
All right.
Yeah, I if I have to choose, I would choose Damage Control and Bailey because I feel like the ending will be better for them in the long run
Okay.
than anything else. So yeah.
So my prediction is somewhat different. Well, a lot different. I do think there will be a turn. It will not involve Bailey though. I think Becky, Lita, and Trish win, and Trish turns heel on Becky.
Oh, yeah, because Sean said in the chat, Becky Lynch versus Trish at SummerSlam, and
Yes,
Mr. I
I
Hate
do think.
Legends is a
I don't know
little
I
about
can't
worried.
SummerSlam.
stand
Maybe at
him.
Backlash
Oh
or
my god.
something.
I think
Yeah.
that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Or I would save the turn until Raw after Mania, and let's say you have a women's tag title match, Damage Control, Becky, Lita, Trish costs the champs, Damage Control wins again or something. I don't fucking know.
Or
Or whoever wins
maybe.
the Mania showcase,
Yeah.
Ronda and Shayna.
Yeah.
Fuck,
Or maybe another thing that could happen is that Damage Control wins. Like, regardless, I think Trish turns heel after the match.
Oh,
It
okay.
could be the, or even like at the end of the match. I don't know, but it could be that Trish costs Becky Lita the match and then turns heel, and then there's a Becky and Trish feud. I don't know, but I think more likely, uh, I'm gonna say the Hall of Famers, and Becky, who will end up being a Hall of Famer herself. Let's be
She'll be a
honest.
Hall of Famer in like
It's
10
literally the
years.
Hall of
Don't
Famers
worry.
versus
Yeah.
wrestlers in this match.
Yeah. Basically, Becky, Lita, Trish win, and Trish turns on Becky.
Oh,
Uh,
okay. My prediction is it does involve a turn. I think all of ours involve a turn. It'll be Becky, Lita, and Trish winning
Mhm.
100%. And I do think that Dakota and EO betray Bailey. I like the deals comment saying new tag name, Control Alt Delete. Fucking
Yeah, that's a
great.
good one.
That's a very sick
um,
fucking name.
Yeah.
what would be interesting, I think, for me is if we see a double turn. Is that if Damage Control turns on Bailey, and then Trish turns on
Lita and
Becky.
Becky.
Mostly Becky. Lita is like, okay, fine, but like,
Lita's like, "Hey, I still love you. Fuck you. Like, you're not in this."
yeah. So yeah. Wow,
Are you
crazy.
saying Trish is gonna lead Damage Control if that's the fucking case?
No, no,
Please
no,
don't.
no.
Please don't
It's
say
Oh
just
no,
that.
gonna
she'll
Please
just
don't
be,
be
put
on
that
her
out in the
own as
air.
a heel.
yeah,
Oh,
just on her own. Just and we're
Okay.
gonna have like Backlash or something, or SummerSlam even.
Backlash.
Trish versus Becky.
Sorry, every time someone says backlash, I go back to that Joey Styles promo. It was like backlash. I
All
wasn't good
right.
enough to
Well
call
then.
backlash. But
Uh
okay, we'll move on to the men's WrestleMania showcase since we're gonna get those out of the fucking way.
all right.
yeah.
The Street
Yeah.
Profits versus Alpha Academy versus the Viking Raiders versus Braun and Ricochet. Wolf, who do you think comes out on top here?
All right. So first off, I think we all know Alpha Academy is out of the equation.
That's what I was gonna fucking say. Not
Same.
Out
Alpha.
of the no, I think Maxine's gonna get involved, and then
Same. That's exactly what I was gonna say. She was gonna take
I was
Otis
gonna
away
say that
from
too.
from Chad. Yep. Yep.
yeah, I think yeah, and then that's gonna what's it called lead to
Leave
a
Chad
Chad
by
Gable.
himself. Yep.
Um,
Yeah.
so like again, this match also says this is people are saying like this is also for a tag team future tag title opportunity,
Yeah.
and if it is, it basically has to be the Viking Raiders because
That's what I was gonna say.
Because they're a
every
heel
other-
team, and if Sammy and Kevin win, yeah, that makes sense.
yeah, and they're like all the other teams have, I'm pretty sure, fought for the tag titles just recently, but
Yes.
the Viking Raiders are not my pick. My pick will be Braun Strowman and Ricochet.
My pick, I would give it to the Street Profits because they seem to be everyone's like first tag title match, not really
Yeah.
feud. I don't think Street Profits feud with Kevin and Sammy here, but I think that
Yeah, it's
they'll
gonna
have
be
like
like
a
just a title match,
just a
basically.
throwaway title match at like let's say a Raw or a SmackDown, and then they'll be out of the way, and then either a rematch with the Usos at Backlash or maybe a heel team like the Viking Raiders, as you said. But I think who wins the Mania Showcase, it would have to be Street Profits for the win.
I'm
And
going
then,
Viking Raiders.
all right,
Oh,
I'm
interesting.
okay.
going. I'm going Viking Raiders. Yeah, I think that this would probably be the best way for the Viking Raiders to get a nice tag team run, a nice tag team push. They've been very dominant in these tag team matches that they've been in on TV, and it's also a good way to split. If we are going to split, also the tag team belts up, they take the SmackDown ones at Backlash, and
Oh,
they go to SmackDown with new titles. Then Rhea goes to SmackDown with the title. We all kind of get the separation of the belts,
that
and
would be
it
actually pretty
begins.
sick.
Yeah, and it
Um,
begins. It begins the separation of all these unified belts and whatnot that we've been doing for a few years now.
all right, so I think we have one more like snooze match, kind of, which
Okay.
is Brock Lesnar and Omos.
What do you mean? That's going to be the greatest match of all time.
Vince,
Snooze
Vince,
match? What the fuck are you
Vince
talking about?
McMahon blew both of his quads just to get this match going. Okay,
Oh, I think
so
he's done more
I
than blew his
I
quads.
I know that man has been making TikToks of how many times he wants Omos to be in the main event that I can't stand it no more.
Yeah,
Omos
I'm gonna
versus
get
Omos versus
canceled by the
Omos.
Homo sapiens.
Yep, for
Yeah, come
fucking
on.
Omos, the special
Because
referee.
this
Yeah, it's
streams on
just
my
it's too
Twitter as
much.
well. This streams on my Twitter as well. All the Homo sapiens that are watching this are probably going
Oh
to be
my
like,
god.
Yeah, they're
screw
losing
Will
their mind
Ferris,
over
man.
this.
Go
All
away.
right. I'm sorry. I don't have faith in Omos. I am
The only
not
way
an
this match
Homo
is going to be
sapien.
interesting is if the Hurt Business show up and either cost Brock the match and help out Omos win, or if Omos just actually squashes Brock. I mean, this match clearly no one really gives a shit about. To be
Yeah, I
honest,
don't. I don't think
Twitter
it's gonna
does.
be a squash match exactly. I think it's gonna be like, it's gonna be an actual fight. It'll probably, who knows, maybe one of them or both gets busted open. But
Yeah. I think the only case in which Omos wins is if the Hurt Business gets involved in the middle of the match.
right?
mhm.
But I could definitely see the Hurt Business get involved after. So in
Hmm.
that case, I'm going to give it to Brock. And I think it goes maybe 5 minutes. You start off with Omos having a shit ton of momentum where it looks like, oh my God, will it be? Will he beat Brock Lesnar? And then Brock has his Superman comeback and he wins. And then Hurt Business with whether it's Bobby, MVP, Cedric, and Shelton. Maybe if they include Carmelo, but it will definitely include Omos. They'll all beat Brock.
Yeah. I think, well, MVP should be out at ringside like from the beginning.
Correct.
He probably will.
Yeah, as then he might call in like, um funnily enough, there was something regarding that I found like on Twitter. Unfortunately, the news source supposedly is the infamously known for fake news, which is Zero News.
Fuck
Uh
him.
he does say there will be a Hurt Business reunion on Raw,
Now I
this Raw,
automatically don't believe that'll
and
happen.
then I
Yeah.
automatically think,
I
yeah, that's
automatically
BS.
don't think that'll happen now.
Yeah, I think that's BS.
You ruined
And
all my hope of that happening.
uh, I mean, he also was saying like that Randy's gonna screw Cody out of the titles, but
That's
going.
bullshit too.
No,
Yeah, that's
oh
not gonna
my
happen.
god.
Randy
No,
returns
no.
on Raw. I don't think he returns at Mania. I'll get that out of the way. Randy
Personally, I
returns on
think
Raw.
he returns at Mania. I think it's just gonna be like
Willie
Willie hates
hates
zero.
zero.
basically
Yeah,
like after the match. After the match, he's like celebrating proud, and then RKO.
I think yeah, maybe after the match I could see Randy, RKO,
Yeah.
and Cody and have a nice legacy feud at Backlash. Maybe yeah.
Yeah.
Willie hates zero. Everyone's informing you. I made a whole fucking video on zero.
Willie
Saying,
hates zero.
fuck
Yes, we
him.
know.
Willie hates zero.
All
Uh
right.
oh. Did I give my pick? No, I did not.
You
Oh
said
yeah, I
Brock.
did. I
You
did.
said
I said
Brock.
Brock.
I do say Brock too.
Yeah.
I say
Yeah, I'll say Brock too. I don't
Brock.
care. The
I'll
only way
say
this match
Brock.
is going to be interesting, like I said, is if the Hurt Business show up.
Yeah.
It's the only reason it's
Yeah.
going to be a 3 out of 5 match. Otherwise, this is a 1.
So
Like,
we're all unanimous about
Yeah.
Brock. Okay.
Yeah.
All
Let's
right.
go. What's next here? Let's go. Father versus son. Rey
Oh,
Mysterio versus Dominic Mysterio.
All right. People are saying that Ray's probably gonna retire after this match,
I'm one of those people.
and
yeah, I am too.
and like he's gonna put Dominic over.
Yep.
From what I'm reading, I don't think Ray does retire at WrestleMania. I think um what I think I don't really know, like I think the only way like Ray could retire at WrestleMania is if Dominic, like if they do like a redemption thing for Dominic.
Yeah.
Um I mean they could still do that even without Ray retiring, but I think Ray does have like maybe one more year. I feel like he could probably go like one more year.
Right.
So I
Mhm.
think uh
Ooh, Sean. I need Rey Mysterio versus Santos before Ray
yes,
retires.
yes.
I want that because they never went 1-on-1. I remember.
Yeah. Another cool thing would be to see like Ray tag teaming with Santos.
Yes.
Um,
Dom and
but
Priest versus Ray and Santos would be sick.
yeah, I think I'm gonna say I don't think Ray retires at
Nuclear
WrestleMania.
heat.
Nuclear heat. Anyways.
I'm gonna say Ray wins at Mania.
Ooh, that's a bold
Wow.
pick. That's a
That's a bold
bold
statement.
pick.
That's a bold statement, my guy. That's a big, bold statement right
Yeah.
there.
All
I
right,
have to
Dylan.
root for Ray.
I'm gonna let Willie go first because I got a little bit to talk about with this one. So I'll let Willie
Okay.
go first.
I obviously I think I've been saying this for the past few weeks now. This has to be Dom. Dom goes over. And then I also think that there will be a redemption moment if Ray retires. If Ray does not retire, I can see this feud maybe lasting until SummerSlam, maybe.
Mm.
Even though that'd be a little too long, but I can definitely see Hunter do that. And yeah, if Ray retires, Dom has an emotional moment with his father. Maybe Ray takes his boots off, put him in the middle of the ring, and Dom's like, "Oh shit, you're actually retiring," and then apologizes. They have a nice little embrace, kind of like Cody and Dustin before them, and yeah, I think it would be a great final moment at Mania. Then Dom carries on Ray's legacy as a baby face, and happily ever after.
Yeah. I'm pretty much with you, Willie. I think Dom's getting the win for this one. But I think he's going to put up one hell of a fight, Dominic, and I think that's going to surprise Ray. I feel like Ray thinks that Dominic is this just pathetic, egotistical little piece of shit like we've been seeing each and every week.
Oh yeah,
So I think that Dom in the ring is going to be a little bit of a surprise for Ray and might even take Ray on as a really good competitor in Ray's longevity of career. But I think that at the end, pretty much to what you said, I think he actually takes his own mask off himself and gives it
oh okay.
to Dominic and say, "You beat me fair and square. You are one of my better opponents that I've had in a long time, and I still love you, son." And I think they have a little moment. Do I think that Dominic's going to continue with his heel gimmick? I kind of hope so. Maybe takes his mask and rips it and tells him to go fuck off, and then walks away while Ray's in the ring and lets everyone kind of serenade him if it is going to be his WrestleMania retirement match, like we're all kind of hoping for. But if not, I could see this turning Dominic babyface with him and Rhea going to SmackDown, and then maybe having Dom kind of do a little bit of a possible NXT run, kind of just sharpen up his skills.
That'd be
And then
good for an
maybe
NXT run. Yeah,
and then
100%.
maybe if Ray is going to stay longevity, maybe do one more year of Ray and Dom, and then Dom retires him next WrestleMania.
I think that would be a little too
Officially,
long
I
for that
think
it'd
feud
be
at
it'd be
that
a
point.
long
I
one.
don't
I
think
mean,
it's
I'd
gonna be
be
like a few for me. That's why I think Ray could win this year, and then throughout that time between this WrestleMania and next WrestleMania, eventually Dominic turns face, and then WrestleMania 40 we see a rematch, Ray versus Dominic, and that is Ray's retirement match,
right.
and
Yeah,
they're
something
like,
like that.
yeah, without any like problems between them, and they're like,
Yeah,
it's gonna be
but
like
I
emotional, but like,
Oh yeah, well I think this match is going to be emotional too, because I mean, let's if we think about it, if Dom wins, which I kind of hope for,
Yeah.
and Ray kind of demasks himself to show his face
Mm.
and be like, you beat me. Here's your accolade, your reward, which is my mask, and in the
Oh
luchador
yeah.
style,
mhm.
and kind of passing that down to his son, and they maybe have that embrace. Maybe that kind of makes Dominic turn heel, babyface in that
Mhm.
moment. And maybe come Monday, let's say Ray's in the middle of the ring, Judgment Day without Dom is there, and they're all about to attack him, and Dom comes out to save his father from Judgment
Oh,
Day themselves.
that would
And
be
now
sick.
we see this newer, more softer side of Dominic after that match. Because, I mean, we've seen it throughout these past weeks. Dom and Ray have been going at it. The only reason why it's happening now is because he told his mom to shut up, on
Yep.
TV. So because of that, we're finally getting the Ray Dominic father and son beatdown match that we've been begging for weeks. But I think now with it coming up so soon that if Dominic does win, that chance of Ray being like, "You beat me, I'm done. Here's my mask to show you that you have, you're a great competitor, and you are definitely going to continue on the Mysterio legacy without me here." And something along the lines, like I said, with Monday Night Raw happens and Dom turns babyface. I think that'll be a nice little send off for Dom as a possible great career ahead of him, because he's definitely worked his way to being a better competitor than he has this past few years. So
Yeah,
All
that
right.
makes total
Well,
sense.
going speaking of Judgment Day, going from
Mm.
one Judgment Day involved match to another, we have Edge versus Finn Balor inside Hell in a
Oh,
Cell.
I
Uh,
don't know because if he
I know.
brings
I'm
up
sorry, correction, not Finn Balor,
the
Demon
demon,
Finn Balor.
And Devil's Edge.
Yes.
Brood Edge and Demon Finn, it has to
Now,
be.
I am going to mention the reporting by PW Insider Elite that is going around, and now everyone is saying it. Uh, as part of Edge's entrance, Gangrel is set to come to Mania and have a spot with Damian Priest, probably
Ooh.
to take him out of the equation so
I
Edge and
can't
Balor can fight.
complain against that. I think that'd actually be pretty
Yes.
sick, but it would also
I'd
be
rather see
pretty sad.
Christian.
Yeah, I was gonna say it would be sad because it wouldn't be with Christian, so it would be missing
Yeah.
from that big Brood entrance that they would
Yeah.
have. If they do have Christian, which I don't think it would be, because I'll bet you we would have seen Christian's done with AEW all over our Twitter feed. But
I think
Well,
they're like
technically he
keeping it.
has.
Yeah, I think they're keeping it under wraps mostly
That Jungle
because
Boy match was it.
they wanna, like, have Jungle Boy they wanna say, like, "Oh, burial match made it so that he
yeah,
could be
Correct.
burial match is
okay."
his send off from
Yeah, his
Correct.
AEW.
send-off from
Yeah.
AEW.
No. Christian's done with
Um,
AEW as of now.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, then if that's the case, then they're keeping this Christian thing under wraps,
Mind
and
you, think about it.
maybe they're
I
gonna have them
I
all
think I
together.
don't think, Edge exactly, I don't think Christian comes at Mania
Oh
just
no?
because
Oh,
I think he'll bring in Gangrel for like the Hell in a Cell match, and then Raw after Mania. like Edge is like talking and saying like, "Oh, I should be like getting last matches in, getting dream matches and stuff," and then Christian comes and like,
Edge and
"I'm
Christian
back."
versus Sammy and Kevin
Uh,
before Edge retires.
not
Give it to
yeah.
me.
I was thinking Edge versus Christian one last time.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, give me
Edge
that as
versus
the
Christian one
retirement
more
match.
time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
give me that as
That
the
would be a good
retirement.
that is
retirement
his
match, but he's
retirement match.
retiring
Yeah.
in
In
like August
Toronto. Give
in
me it in
Another
Toronto.
Toronto.
yeah, and if like Christian might want to be done too, maybe that can be a double retirement. So
A
Perfect.
double retirement for Edge and Christian. That would be
yeah.
absolutely
I
sick.
absolutely perfect.
You know what? I think what would be cool for Raw after Mania, if Gangrel is really coming back for Mania, um, bring him back again for Raw after Mania. Uh, and I think what would be cool would be a Brood triple threat: Edge versus
Mm,
Gangrel versus Christian.
Oh, we don't need to
really?
see that. No, we don't need to see that old ass man in the fucking ring. Come on.
Yeah.
Well, I don't need
I
to.
mean,
We
they
don't need
love
to
old
see
ass
all that.
men.
Or you
I
could do a
know. I
1v1
know.
Edge versus Gangrel because I don't think they ever fought each other.
Didn't they? I
I
thought they
don't
did
remember.
before.
I don't remember them
They
ever
might have
fighting.
before. I don't know. I didn't watch that era of wrestling, but I could have
Yeah,
sworn they must have
I
before.
feel like they have as well.
yeah.
I think they
Um.
did. Yeah.
So, Wolf,
I
who do
don't.
you think? Who do you think wins? I don't know if you said it.
Edge.
Edge.
I say
Yeah,
Edge.
I
Edge has
think.
to put this down for good. And,
Yeah,
like,
What?
especially if this is his last. I'm kind of
it's
torn
going
because
to be a
Demon
war. It's
Finn.
going to like. It's gonna
It's
be.
gonna go. It's gonna be wild.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
gonna
it's gonna be wild.
even.
I can definitely see like
I'm gonna go as
spot.
far to say it's gonna be bloody too.
Oh, yeah. I can
Yeah,
definitely see that. I can definitely
yeah.
see a lot of
Or like
hard
they're gonna, or like one
spots.
of them jumps off the cell from the cell, top of the
Give me it
One
cell.
of them
all. Give
falls
me it
off.
all.
Yeah.
One of them
Um.
falls off, but it would have to be Finn because if you have Edge fall off the cell, he would fucking die. I think.
That's
True.
okay. That's okay. We gotta kill the demon. Kill
Kill
them
the
all.
demon. That would be
Kill
the
them
only
Um.
way
all.
Demon loses. But yeah, continue.
Yeah, I think it's just honestly, it's just so this feud can end finally and
Oh,
he can technically put down the Judgment Day because I see it as he's already like dealt with the Judgment Day because like except Finn, Damien he put down in Toronto. Uh,
Yes.
Dominic was that one-on-one match that he clearly won, uh, and then got beat down afterwards, but I
Yeah, and
think it
then
was
he never
after
beat
Clash at the
Finn.
Castle. Yeah, and then for Rhea, what's it called? He brought Beth to Beth came along and beat Rhea with him.
Cheddar
So yes,
cheese.
I think to put down Finn Balor, Edge wins.
Yeah,
Um,
I think it will be Edge. And I think you
but
bring
it's
back.
going to be a war to
Oh yeah,
what's it
you
called?
bring
Make
Gangrel to
yeah,
even the odds,
yeah,
and
and I
both of
yeah.
them
So
kick
like
their ass.
yeah, because like I understand why people would say Finn because
He's the demon.
hold on.
Because the demon only lost to Roman. That was why I was kind of torn with Edge and Finn because the demon was like protected as hell. And then I remembered that Extreme Rules match with Roman, and I was
Yeah,
like,
that
oh
was
shit, he does have a chance at losing now.
yeah, like that Extreme Rules match with Roman was like really
Bad.
not good. But I think it's gonna be like a proper fight to like make the demon look better than he did last time.
Yep,
But it's still gonna be Edge after a huge fight, huge war.
I can see that. Dylan?
I'm dodging the Rotten Tomatoes now because my picks are gonna definitely be changing. I feel and start causing a lot of hate. Finn Balor. Finn. Finn
Mm.
has to be Finn. It has to be Finn because Finn's run as of currently with Judgment Day hasn't been the best.
Yeah.
It seems that Rhea is the strongest one out of the group, clearly with her Royal Rumble win, and then of course her now going to be feud with Charlotte and winning the title. You know, she's been seeming to be the leader. Like initially it was Finn, now it seems like Rhea's been taking that role of leader of the Judgment Day. Finn's matches haven't been the greatest of
Yeah.
matches either. So I think that Finn needs this win more than anything right now, because if the Judgment Day, quote unquote, split up, where Dominic and Rhea are on SmackDown and it's Damian and Finn, Damian and Finn can go on a nice singles run with Finn going after the championship, maybe having a better run as WCW's World Heavyweight Championship, which is what they're trying to bring back. The old big gold
Oh,
belt.
okay, big gold belt.
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
nah,
The
they
big
ain't
gold
bringing
belt.
back WCW belt.
No. But the big gold belt that was on WCW that Ric Flair disputed, yeah. So I think
Okay.
Finn definitely. I think that's more of the bigger plan for Finn going forward. I don't think he's going to be with Judgment Day too much longer. But I definitely see Christian showing up, either as the
Yes.
entrance, with the Gangrel gimmick, or there is one that I believe Evan was saying or Sam was saying today, where in the match, Damien's going to come in, break the door off with a steel chair. Christian's going to follow suit with a steel chair and maybe get some concertos out of all of this on both Damien and Finn, busting them both open.
If we
And
see a
possibly,
kill switch to Damian Priest, I'll pop like a little baby.
yeah, I definitely think that that type of possibilities, happening. It's going to be bloody for sure. There's going to be a very violent match. This is going to go very long. This is going to be brutal. I think there's going to be some crazy spots in between throughout all of this. But I think, and when it's all said and done, I think Demon Balor is going to retain that win and
Okay.
definitely move
I
forward.
don't think Judgment Day will split up entirely. I think maybe just Rhea and like Dominic or something goes to SmackDown.
I think it's
Uh,
just Dominic that splits from
yeah,
Judgment Day. I think
yeah.
it's just him that leaves.
So I think they'll just be like a part of like both brands essentially. Because Finn Balor
Right.
did say after WrestleMania, Judgment Day will expand.
That's right.
Um,
Yeah, Dakota Kai and Io were were talks,
um,
as well as Liv
JD
Morgan.
McDonough was
JD
what
McDonough
Wolfstead.
would also work
Yeah.
out. I
Yeah.
think.
JD McDonough would be sick considering the Irish heritage, and he would probably
Yeah,
be close with Finn and all that. Yeah.
yeah. Another
Very much, yeah.
like, if I could like, I mean, there are other names that I think could like honestly easily work in the Judgment Day, but I don't think it would make sense. Two of them are going to be NXT Tag Team Champions, which will be Alba Fire and Isla Dawn. I think would be great.
Mm.
Okay.
I think Tommaso Ciampa could
Ciampa would
also
work out great,
work out
but I
great.
want to see the DIY on the
I
main
think
roster
he's
though
gonna
more.
come back for
Supposedly that's what's
DIY.
coming back.
Yeah, because Gargano did
Yeah.
say that DIY could be coming back pretty soon.
Yeah.
It's coming
Yeah.
back. Yep.
So I need to end up going to eat. So is it okay if I can just run off the rest of my predictions?
Run off your picks, and then Dylan and I will go more in depth for the
All
rest of
right.
the matches.
So
Yeah.
Charlotte Flair versus Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley.
Okay.
Seth Rollins versus Logan Paul. I'm gonna say Seth Rollins.
Sweet.
For Usos versus Sammy.
We'll give him a minute.
Okay. But yeah,
Sorry
no,
about
Finn,
that.
Finn for sure.
Okay.
No, you're good.
Sammy and KO versus Usos. Sammy and KO.
Yeah.
Bianca Belair versus Asuka. I'm gonna say Bianca.
Okay.
Come on, what are you doing?
I'm gonna
Just
say.
go to dinner now. No. Just go to dinner now.
No, we
And
gotta
then
give his thoughts on the main event.
no, we got two more. We got the triple threat.
Oh
I'm gonna root for Sheamus to finally get that win, but I could see them choosing Gunther retain and giving him the record or something.
yeah. Okay.
So who I think will win will probably be Gunther. Who I want to win is Sheamus.
Got it.
Even though I love Drew, he doesn't need the IC title. And then main event, it's got to be Cody, and then Randy returns afterwards, celebrates, acts proud, and then RKO.
That's bold, but that's great. Yeah, Wolf, go ahead and
All
go eat.
right.
Thank you for
See
hopping
ya.
on for as long as you have, and have a good night, brother.
Goodbye.
Later, buddy.
Okay, so we were in the middle of
All
Edge
right.
and Balor. Go and you were gonna say
Yes.
something about Finn, so go ahead and say that.
Yeah, no, I with Finn, I just think that it's Finn needs a nice push forward. Whether he's going to go after the United States, whether he's going to try to maybe go after the IC, or if he's going to wait until the belts are split and go after the World Heavyweight Championship belts back on Raw. I'd rather see something along those lines happen for Finn after this big win with Edge. I don't really think this is going to be a longer lasting feud. I feel like this is the one and done type of thing. They've had so many in between. So now I think this is the final nail in the coffin of this feud. So hopefully, I mean, I can only see so much of this type of thing, but I think
Yeah,
Finn needs this win more than Edge
I don't know
for sure.
if Christian and Gangrel come back, it's definitely got to be Edge. But I don't know. I'll say
Yeah.
final pick is Edge, which means
Okay.
our next match we will get into. Let's say Bianca Belair versus Asuka will be our next match to talk
Oh,
about.
it's Asuka,
It's
baby.
got to
It's
be
Asuka,
Asuka.
baby. It's Asuka,
I'm sorry,
baby.
but
Hey, Bianca.
Bianca's
Yeah, what is he talking about?
Bianca's reign. Yeah, I know. I didn't believe you said Bianca either.
Yeah, I was like,
Bianca
what is
has
he talking about?
overstayed her welcome as Raw Women's Champion. There needs to be someone else, and I think
Eh,
Asuka's the best possible option besides Rhea Ripley to end that reign. And honestly, I was pissed that Rhea chose Charlotte, but you know what? I guess that's fine. Asuka, I think, would be an absolute killer as Raw Women's Champion. And
yeah.
who would be her first feud? I don't fucking know. Give it a live. Yeah, I don't know. The brand split's kind of non-existent at this point.
Charlotte would be, I think, the next competitor.
I don't really.
Listen,
Eh,
if Rhea beats Charlotte, we all want Charlotte to lose. At least I do, to Rhea, making it an even 1-1 at Mania for both women,
okay.
getting a belt. If Charlotte wants to break the streak or continue the Flair legacy, whether she's on SmackDown, whether she's on Raw, if she wins a belt of either women's division on either team, it just continues her legacy going forward. I feel like she will most likely go after Asuka. It's a weird one. It's a very left field
It's a
one.
weird
I don't
feud.
really see another. Yeah, I mean, there's a possibility that Bianca might want to run it back at Backlash. There's a possibility that if, let's say, Becky and Lita drop the belts before Backlash or lose it at Backlash, the next pay per view, what is Money in the Bank, it's Becky and Asuka going at it. That's something I could see happening. At the moment with the women's division on both teams not being so evenly matched and not really great amongst great superstars like the Livs and the Biancas and Rias and Charlottes and so on and so forth. I think thank you, fuck you, bye, Dylan. We just need to uh I just think that Asuka for sure is going to get the win, but feud wise, I don't know what the hell she's going to do. I love this
I
coming up
love
now.
that. Thank you. Fuck you. Bye, Dylan. But
Yeah,
yeah, definitely. It's got to be Oscar. Oh my god. Yeah,
still
we're
disappointed.
not even talking about the
I
Charlotte and Rhea match yet.
I love it. Listen, I've been dodging the tomatoes and I'm enjoying it.
Okay, fuck
I
it.
don't care. Bring it
Oh,
on.
fine
Bring it
then.
on.
Everyone's
Right?
being hostile towards you. Rhea Ripley and Charlotte. Let's
Let's do
fucking
it.
talk about it.
It's Rhea Ripley,
Rhea.
clearly, and it's the best match we're going to get at night one,
Bullshit.
and it's closing night one off. I'm
That's not gonna
sorry.
fucking
I'm gonna say
happen.
that till
The
we
best match
die.
is gonna
I'm gonna
be
say
Sammy
that.
and Kevin.
No,
Screw
listen,
that.
no, and I'm not saying it's not going to be. I'm not saying it's not going to be. And everybody wants the violins and the beautiful music and the swan song and all that. That's great. That's great. Absolutely, it's going to be, I think, number two before the Rhea and Charlotte closing out night one. I really
Mm.
do. I feel like this match alone for Rhea and Charlotte is going to set such a precedent for the women's division going forward, that it's going to make this women's division team so much stronger going into these next big pay-per-views like SummerSlam, like Survivor Series. I feel very strongly about it. I know everyone is like, fuck Dylan, because we want KO and Sami Zayn as the ones to end off the night. I totally get it. I understand. And if it is, it is. And that's fine. I'm not saying that it's not a great ending. I'm not saying that it's a shittier ending at all. I don't think that at all. I think it's going to be a great match. It's going to be a hell of a match through and through. It's going to be great to see both men be able to pick up those titles after such a long story, after such a long fight and their friendship and everything. But, I just think that the match that matters more for the WWE and for longevity wise, because we're ending the stories here for WrestleMania, is Rhea and Charlotte for sure. I think this women's division needs this push that we haven't gotten it. We didn't get it from we didn't get it from Shayna Baszler, and we didn't get it from Ronda. We're not giving Raquel her fair shake either. We're not giving Liv her fair shake. We're not giving Emma Knox or Emma or Tegan Knox. We're not really doing much. I mean, it seems like we might be doing something with Carmella and Chelsea, which is great. I was very against Chelsea being a part of the WWE because I thought maybe she just wouldn't be a good fit or a nice suit in the actual match. But I just think that going forward, big picture wise, this match I think matters more for the business than for all the fans saying I rather just see the heartwarming story. It's not like we're not going to.
We're going to, no
we're
matter
going to
whether
see it
it's the
again
main
in
event or
Cody.
not, 100%.
Exactly,
But
and we're going to get it as well with Cody and Roman.
Yeah.
We're going to get it as well, and that'll be a great way to end night 2 off. I think there's no other match that should end night 2 off better than that match. There isn't Brock's not doing anything crazy. We're not seeing Bray. We're not seeing Asuka and Bianca go bout for bout. It's that women's match really is a very easy picking. We kind of know who's going to win. It'd be shocking if Bianca retains. And going forward, who the hell is she going to fight after that? She's then beaten the best of the women's division. I don't want to see her go up against Emma. I don't care if she goes up against Tegan Knox. Like, there's no real fight there. There's no fight for her and
goes
Raquel,
after Ronda,
with her and Liv.
Rhea versus
Give
Ronda.
me a break. Yeah, give me a break. I don't want to see any of that shit. Honestly, I think Rhea's first feud as champion should be Liv Morgan.
Oh yeah.
I think it's the easiest pick that we could make. I feel like if Liv is going to get a shitty title run for tag team, which clearly is happening since now Ronda and Shayna are now just joined into the showcase without any fighting.
Let me tell you this. What if this whole fainting thing with Roxanne Perez is just a ploy to bring her to the main roster without her looking?
She's not ready.
That I don't know. They really seem to be invested in Roxanne.
And that's great. And I am as well. And I think Roxanne Perez would make a great fit on the women's division. I would put her in SmackDown. I wouldn't put her in Raw.
That's what
She'll
I mean.
get buried with all the other. Yeah, if we have to put her in the main card, if that's the whole goal here for her is to go to the main card, that's it is what it is. But I think that it's just there's too much going on.
Now everyone's saying, "Hey, Roxanne's ready."
Everyone
does not like your opinions.
Everyone hates my opinions, and that's fine. Everyone has to hate someone's opinions. It's
all
good. But it's just I'm looking at longevity. I'm looking at what SummerSlam's going to set up to be as, because that's another big pay-per-view for WWE with Money in the Bank and the King and Queen of the Ring. If it's not going to be Liv, Money in the Bank winner, or Queen winner for the King and Queen pay-per-view, setting up a SummerSlam between Rhea and Liv for a championship run, then what are we doing with Liv? Liv should just retire at this point.
No.
I mean, honestly though,
just leave WWE. Go to NXT.
How many more matches? How many more pushes are we going to give this poor woman who deserves a lot more, and then just be like, nope, we're taking it away from you a month later?
Yeah, that was fucking stupid.
it's just very dumb. But yeah, I know, I get it, guys. I shouldn't keep on talking about it, but maybe you'll wake up on night one and be like, holy shit, this is really happening. And
That would
I'm
be
just gonna be
so
sitting back
funny at
laughing.
this point. That would be
I
so
listen.
funny if
We don't
fucking
know
night
yet.
one, it
We
will be the
don't.
main event
Yeah,
and people are just like, "Oh shit." And then they'll come into the WrestleMania night one review and it's like fucking insane. Is Dylan talking coke? I don't know if you could talk to coke,
taking.
but
Yeah, I can't
you
talk to
can't
Coke,
talk to
but I mean, I
coke.
could talk to the CEO, I guess. But
You could probably talk to
you
the
know,
CEO of Coca-Cola, but
yeah. But
okay.
yeah, I
Well,
just
no. Well, we're not gonna stop talking about this match because I still gotta have my fucking pick. Uh,
exactly.
so we'll still talk about it for a little bit. But I gotta agree. I gotta say Rhea. I don't agree with it being the main event, obviously. I'll say second to last. I think that would be pretty sick. And yeah, Rhea moves to SmackDown clearly. To sort of add star power to the SmackDown Women's Division. First
Hmm.
feud, I would give it to. Fuck. Yeah, there's not a lot of good SmackDown women. Bailey, fucking send Bailey over to SmackDown. I don't give a fuck. Have that be Rhea's first feud. Bailey's a loser anyway at this point. There was a good comment earlier that was funny. You know the deal.
Okay, Rhea should win. I love it. Now they're all starting to come around. They're
They're
all
all
starting to
saying
come
Rhea should
around.
win. And
Yep.
here's why. You know the deal had a comment a couple of minutes ago that says Flair needs to lose just so she can win the belt back to up her title count. And I
But
thought that was fucking funny.
that's the point of this whole reign for Charlotte is just to continue the progress of her keeping the Flair legacy. It's the only reason why she's back. So,
Oh yeah.
if she's on Raw, she's on Raw. She's on SmackDown, she's on SmackDown. It is what it is. But I don't want Rhea to have a short reign.
Me
It'd be
neither.
dumb to see her winning at Mania, losing at Backlash. That's like, why bother
If
wasting
they're
all the
gonna
breath?
have another Charlotte reign, have it be for the Raw belt. Have Rhea have a long reign.
Right.
Yeah, no. But I can definitely see Charlotte being at least the 17-time champion by the time she leaves WWE, retires, etc. Fucking I don't know. But yeah, we'll stop talking about the fucking match now
Yeah,
since
before they start
everyone's
all
starting to
going
get
crazy.
sick and tired of it. We'll go Seth Rollins versus Logan Paul, the
Seth.
next match. Seth, it's gonna bang though. It's definitely gonna be a banger of a match. I could definitely see a lot of spots. I could see Logan being a heel genius. Like the crowd is gonna fucking obliterate him.
Hmm.
But yeah, it has to be Seth. He's over. And besides, I don't see Logan beating a former WWE fucking champion at WrestleMania. Uh, it'll be great. The crowd will be all over this. And yeah, no, Seth has to be the safest pick imaginable.
Yeah.
So
I have nothing
you
to
got
say to
nothing
that.
to
Yep,
say?
absolutely.
Okay.
Nope, I got nothing to say.
Okay, fine. I can understand that. Next, Intercontinental Championship triple threat match: Gunther, Drew McIntyre, Sheamus.
Sheamus. It's not Drew, but Drew's taking the
Drew's
pin.
taking the pin for sure. It's got to be
Drew's
Sheamus.
taking the pin.
Sheamus needs that
Yep.
Grand Slam. I don't
Yep.
care. Sheamus could definitely feud with Drew one-on-one after this. Gunther, I don't know what the fuck he'll do afterwards. Whether
Hmm.
it's maybe world title or he's going off doing one-on-one feuds or something like that. Gunther's definitely not eating this fucking pin. Drew is there to take the pin 100%. And no matter who wins, Gunther or Sheamus, those are the two safe picks. But it's got to be Sheamus. Otherwise,
If it is,
I
go
don't
ahead. Go
really
ahead.
see Sheamus getting another opportunity again. I don't see the point.
Drew. If Drew, I'm sorry. If Gunther retains, it's to beat the Honky Tonk Man's longest
Oh
reign
yeah.
IC championship, which would end in August,
Mm.
I believe. So coming around the corner, we have SummerSlam. We're away from the King and Queen of the Ring. We're away from Backlash. We're away from Money in the Bank. So we would have enough to set up a SummerSlam match. I saw a rumor card that it's Brock and Gunther, but I didn't see Gunther have his title on the card, so that kind of gave me a hint that I think Gunther is losing, but
Card subject to
we shall
change.
see. Oh yeah, oh yeah, and I also saw on the card that it was Roman and Jay
Mm,
having their
that'd
feud.
be fucking
Hmm.
great.
And yeah, definitely would want that. And I also saw Roman not having either belt, so
Yeah, it could make
we
people
see.
think Cody's winning. Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
But of course, those are just rumors. Who knows?
So your pick, Sheamus, correct?
Correct.
Okay. That brings us to undisputed WWE Tag Team Championship, Usos versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Do we need to say
It's the bloodline.
what?
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just
I was
kidding.
gonna
I just wanted to
fucking.
get your
I
chat riled up.
swear to
I
fucking
just want
God.
to get your chat riled up. I
Oh
just want to get your
my
chat
God.
riled up. No, no, no. Of course, clearly, KO, Sami Zayn. It is nobody better than that. I would be absolutely shocked if they actually retain the bloodline. If the only way I think that could actually happen is if Solo gets involved and costs Sammy or Kevin Owens the match by knocking them out and cheating.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only real way something of that nature would happen. I don't see them retaining. I really, really don't. But I do think that this is something that we do have to keep our eyes on because I feel like Jay has this possibility of being the one to cost the bloodline the match. I feel like with everything going on with the Roman and Jay, Sammy, KO, Cody story. I feel like Jay, if we remember watching him and Roman talk when Roman said, I love you, and Jay not saying a
Jay
word
walked
back to
out.
him,
Yeah.
I think that there's a possibility that Jay could cost the bloodline the titles, giving it to Sammy and KO. I would love to see Jay take the pin and Sammy being the one to do the pin on Jay
Okay.
is something I would like to see. Okay, I don't know if that's an actual thing. It most likely will be Jimmy. I feel like Jay probably won't get the pin because of the story. I feel like KO is going to get maybe the win, or Sammy does get the win pinning Jimmy.
I think it'll
But
probably be like a stunner, and then whoever Uso goes into the corner hits the super kick, like a stunner hula kick combo, 1, 2, 3. But Sammy
right.
obviously would take the pin for me.
Right. Yeah, I definitely think that Sammy's going to get the pin, but I'd hope it would be on to Jay
I don't know.
because
Because if it's on to
it's a
Jay,
toss up.
if it was on to Jay, that would I don't know, because the Jay and Roman feud, I think it would have to be Jimmy, and Jay does something to really cost Jimmy.
Or he
Um,
just doesn't help him out and walks away.
yeah, maybe it doesn't help him. He just stands there and watches, kinda like, Double
Right.
or Nothing 2022, where Matt Jackson's just sitting there doing the little
Yep.
nod. But I don't know. Yeah, here's my theory for how the match will go. Solo, get that out of there because I think Solo's more focused on Roman than he is on the Usos. Um, Kind of around the same thing. I think Jay does something, like I said earlier, to cost Jimmy. And then, yeah, Sammy gets the pin. They become the tag champs. And I'll say Actually, no, I'll say what I'm gonna say for the Roman and Cody in a couple of minutes. But yeah, it's
Hmm.
definitely gotta be Sammy and Kevin, and Jay doesn't help. I'll leave it at that.
I agree.
Okay, that leaves us finally to the main event. I'm probably gonna clip this because this is gonna have a lot of theories on how this match is going down. Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes, undisputed WWE Universal Championship. Dylan, I'm gonna start with you. Uh,
Cody Rhodes.
Cody Rhodes, how do you
Cody
find this
Rhodes. There's
going?
no What I prefer it to be is a genuine clean match, no interruptions, no problems, no Solo, no Usos, no Sammy and Kevin, no nothing. I would like this to be a very fair fight. I think that we should have a very clean fight with no interruptions, and Cody just getting the win, showing off that he can hang with the big boys as well as beat the God himself that's been in God mode for now over 3 years.
Mhm.
I think that that would be what it's what I would prefer to happen. But what I think will happen
Okay.
is that I think that, yeah, the Usos, maybe not Jay, but maybe Jimmy and Solo come in and get the advantage on Cody, kind of helping out Roman, and maybe Jay helps out Cody and gets the final verdict and helping Cody get the championship.
Yes.
Because with all the promos we've been seeing, especially as of late, if we remember when he told Roman that after I beat you, Jay's going to turn, which we've all known is going to happen. Jimmy eventually will leave, and eventually Solo will follow suit, and there will be no reason for a tribal chief if there is no tribe to actually control. And I
Yes.
think that is a bigger statement that Cody said than anything that the rest of these promos have said in these past few weeks. I think that if we have to have involvement, yes, KO and Sammy will come out and help out, beating up Jimmy and Solo. But I think Jay will be the one to cost Roman the match, igniting that feud for Roman and Jay for that possibility at SummerSlam or at Backlash if they do want to run it back. Because I know there's rumors that after this match, Roman's going on like a 5-month hiatus, which would bring us to SummerSlam of him staying home, relaxing, recovering after a 3-year run as Universal Champion. So, and I mean, it's well due. He's been champ for 3 years. He's been putting on great matches through and through. Whether or not you have better matches than ever, it's all up to preference.
Yeah.
But I think that all in all, I don't think that Roman's going to be walking home with the belts. I know we keep seeing on TikTok Roman doing the 3 count and it's Roman's music, which is just it's been crazy to hear that, but I don't think it's going to happen. I really, really don't.
Me
Because I
neither.
mean, the only way that could happen is if Roman does win, whether it's because of the Usos and the bloodline and helping him get the belts, and he takes that 5-month hiatus off, him coming back, I think Jay should be the one then to dethrone Roman at SummerSlam.
I would love
That's what
that.
I
I
would
would love that, but
prefer.
I don't see it actually
I
happening.
don't either. I don't
I
either.
think
I
that'd be
see
a
them
great
fighting.
ending to the storyline, 100%, Jay being
Yeah.
the champion, but it won't happen. So for me, my theory was actually pretty much the exact same as yours that I was waiting
Okay.
on. I think referee gets knocked down, obviously. Whether it's Roman attempting a sleeper hold and both Cody and Roman like bump into the ref or something, and
Hmm.
then Jimmy and Solo come out. They
Right.
and since the referee's down, they can beat the absolute shit out of Cody.
Right.
Jay is probably watching in the crowd, or maybe he comes out with them and he's just standing there. Um, Roman looks at Jay like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Right? And then out comes Sammy and KO. They attack Jimmy and Solo to get them off of Cody. Jay's still standing there. Roman's It's pretty much like the Royal Rumble. Roman looks at Jay like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Does the little smack at Jay. Boom, super kick. And then Sammy and Kevin are looking at him like, "What the fuck's going on?" And then they're all
Right.
ganging up on Roman, and enough for Cody to recover, hit the crossroads. Referee, who's been passed out for the last couple minutes, gets back up. A 1, a 2, a 3, and Cody Rhodes is the new undisputed Universal Champion. Um,
Right.
yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Who's this? Hello,
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Ryan of
What's
Pro
up?
Wrestle News.
Dylan.
What?
Dylan,
Yep.
you're getting that heat, my boy.
Oh, I'm getting a lot of heat, my man. I love it. I love it. I love the heat. I love the heat. I'm a summer type of person, so it's perfect. It's perfect. No, man. Listen, if you watch my thing and you know how you guys have heard me say it, with those. I'm not going to say the names because I know the chat's already losing their mind that we're talking about it again as is. But it's a lot. I think a lot more. There's a lot more on the line for that match compared to ones that we already know is going to happen in the end result.
Ryan,
Yeah.
since you're here, let me ask you this: since you came in at proper timing, Roman or Cody?
Cody.
Sick. Yeah. See, we all think
Yeah.
it's Cody. It has to
Yeah.
be.
Man, Roman. It's time.
Yeah,
That
it's
dude need
time
to
for
go
him
on
to leave.
vacation, man.
Yeah.
He's been carrying the company on his back. Yeah,
Yep.
it's way too long for Roman to keep reigning. I'm sorry, he's not beating Bruno Sammartino. Screw off with all that. Ryan, how about you do a rundown of all your picks before we end off the stream?
All right. I was listening to you guys and I said I want to join and I was there back and forth and I said, all right, let's hop on because Dylan is getting that heat from the fans, man. And
I love it. I love it. I was dodging tomatoes and preparing. I was stretching today for all the tomatoes that are going to be getting thrown at me. But I tell you now,
Would you look at
I
that?
tell you
Wolf is
guys
back.
now,
I'm
it's going to be
back.
a very interesting Monday morning when everybody's like, holy shit, that really happened. I'm just going to sit back and be like, listen, I told you so. I don't know what to
Night
tell
one
you.
of
Sorry.
Night one of WrestleMania
Sorry you weren't
review.
ready.
Everyone's gonna be like, that wasn't the main event, buddy.
That's fine. And I'm absolutely cool with saying you are right. That's fine. 100%. 100%. But yeah, no,
Alright.
I don't know if he
I'm
left.
definitely.
I don't know if he left intentionally or accidentally.
I don't
It was
know.
good.
No, now he's back. But yeah, no,
hello,
I'm.
Hello. Oh, this.
Hey,
Yeah, you're here.
you hear me?
Yep.
yes, I can.
All right. My pick is Cody, Sami Zayn, and Kevin Owens. Asuka.
Okay.
I'm not going to talk about Charlotte Flair versus Rhea Ripley. I hate that match, man.
It's too obvious anyway. It's okay.
Yeah, you
can
don't
skip
need to
it.
talk about
I
that.
love it.
All right. Rhea should win.
Yep.
What is the next match? Sheamus. Drew should take the pin.
Right.
Protect Gunther. I think Gunther will have a push, a good heel push after WrestleMania.
Okay.
What's the
Mhm.
next match again?
Seth and Logan.
I'm totally yes. Seth and Logan. Seth should win. Fuck Logan. Bring back that dude to YouTube.
Uh,
What's the
uh,
next match again?
what's next? Men's WrestleMania showcase.
Do you even know
All
the
right.
showcase matches?
Viking Raiders.
Viking Raiders. Nice.
Okay.
Viking
Edge and
Raiders.
Balor.
I will go with Balor. Finn Balor.
Okay.
Edge should not win this match. Finn deserve it. I
Women's
think.
showcase.
What's the next match again? Alright, that's it.
Women's WrestleMania
I
showcase.
totally forgot in Discord, man.
Okay. Women's showcase is Liv and Raquel, Natalia,
Um,
Shotzi, Ronda, and Shayna, and then the
If-
There's
random
one
fact-
team not
some
confirmed.
one team not probably involving Chelsea Green.
Yeah.
That'll be the last.
it's obvious.
It is. It's
It
got to be
is
Ronda and
obvious.
Shayna.
It's
Hello,
gonna be Ronda. Yes. Hello.
Yep.
you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, we can.
Alright. I think it's Ronda and Shayna. It's obvious.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Um,
Next is Brock Lesnar and Omos.
Brock and Omos.
Brock Lesnar should win.
Okay.
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 Next is Ray and Dom.
Yeah, I'm currently outside, so your guys gonna hear a lot of noise. I'm outside.
Okay.
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 So I think Brock should
Ray and
win.
Dominic.
5 minute match. Dominic.
Dominic wins. Okay.
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 I
And final
think
match
Ray
is
Ray Ray is not going to retire at WrestleMania.
always not
I
No.
think he should at SummerSlam, not at
SummerSlam.
Mania.
Hmm. That would be
I
interesting.
would say he retires like next year,
I say he
like
retires
WrestleMania
WrestleMania.
40
I
or
I say
something.
he retires
Or
WrestleMania.
like when next time they go to what's it called? San Diego.
San Diego. Yeah, yeah,
Right.
yeah. And finally, Becky, Lita, and Trish versus Damage Control.
He might have froze.
He might have froze. Like it
Might
says
have.
that he's on one bar. He's outside, so it makes sense.
Technical difficulties.
Technical difficulties.
Uh,
Yeah, you read that chat? You read that chat, my guy? I'm still reading it. I love it. I
I'm not
can't.
seeing it.
I'm about to start taking screenshots.
I love
That's
this
all.
chat. Like this chat has been very
I do
lively.
too.
I'm
ever
not
since-
seeing anything in the chat right now, but
Oh, you're not?
Oh, woo,
maybe because I just
woo.
Okay, well,
joined. Oh,
even then, I don't think Trish, Lita, and Becky and Damage Control is really that interesting anyway
Yeah.
for a prediction.
Yeah.
Oh, is he back? Is he back? Is he back?
Is he back? Let's see.
Hello.
All right, you back?
Testing 1, 2, 3.
Testing.
Oh,
Yeah. Are you good, buddy?
Hello.
hello.
Yep.
Are you hearing me now?
Yes.
Yep. We hear you. So you got one match to go for predictions. That's the
Damage
sixth
Control
one to pick.
versus Trish, Becky, Lita.
Alright.
Oh, he's dying again.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's freezing.
This is so sad.
It's sad because of outside. Okay, you know what? Ryan, just leave it in the chat. Leave it in the
Yeah.
chat.
Yeah, just leave it in the chat.
But yeah, boys, that concludes our WrestleMania 39 predictions.
Well, now that I'm back, am I allowed to like briefly go in detail about some of the matches I
Oh yeah.
rattled off? Okay, so I'm like figuring out which ones I said.
Well, you said you
I
left
don't need to
at,
explain Sammy KO versus Usos like
you left at Edge and Balor.
Edge
So
and
I
Balor.
think
Okay,
the only ones we
Uh,
said after that was Bianca and Asuka.
Bianca Asuka main event. Charlotte, both main events.
Yeah, don't say their names because otherwise I'm gonna start getting a lot more heat for it.
No, I mean, whichever one's the main event of night one, it's also the one I left out. So like, because I
Yeah.
didn't talk about Charlotte and Rhea and KO and Sammy versus Usos.
It didn't seem like
so-
a lot of
Right.
people wanted to know about Charlotte and Rhea anyway. A lot of people didn't like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's obvious. Like, Charlotte doesn't need the title anymore. Like, she's already.
She didn't need it to begin with at this
She didn't
point.
need it, but IWC hating on Ronda and Charlotte was there, and they're
She was
like,
like their
Yeah.
last resort. Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you? Don't want to get into detail about Sammy
because
KO?
apparently originally the plan for WrestleMania involving Rhea as the Royal Rumble winner was going to be Rhea versus Ronda, but of course IWC.
IWC didn't want to see Ronda at
Didn't want-
WrestleMania, and now it's like, hey, what? You're gonna have to deal with it, buddy.
Yep.
At the showcase.
All right. So
So I guess that just leaves out Roman and Cody.
Yep.
yeah, I mean, I think basically all that's left is no, I didn't talk about the Asuka versus Bianca, the triple threat, and Seth versus Logan.
That's right. Okay. Yeah. Talk about Bianca and Asuka first.
All right. So I saw you guys not agreeing with me when I said Bianca.
Yeah.
Nah.
That's not happening, buddy.
I think they could just because I think the feud extends. I think there's gonna be another match, maybe more extreme. At Backlash, Money in the Bank, whatever. I do think Bianca and Asuka will not be done at Mania. So I think
Mm,
just because of that, I'll say Bianca retains. Um, and also it gives her that 1 year mark, exact 1 year mark. Well,
that'd be kind of
Mhm.
pointless, though.
more because of Backlash, but like I say, and then like maybe they could have like Extreme Rules match or something at Backlash between Bianca and Asuka. I don't know, something like that. Or
That's
like
not
a
no, not
submission.
bad.
I don't know, but yeah.
Okay, Seth and Logan.
Seth. I don't like it's not because I hate Logan. Logan's an amazing talent, but
Hmm.
uh I don't think he needs to win against Seth. I don't think it's necessary to see Logan win.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I think. I
for
mean,
sure.
if Logan wins, that's going to elevate his career like probably way too much. um,
He'd
because
be right
like,
back in that world title picture if he beat Seth.
yeah,
He'd be right back up there.
um, yeah. I don't think he needs to, cause like, there's no need. Especially since we already know of a most likely future match for Logan Paul for SummerSlam, which is against Cena. Most
Yeah.
likely, most
Watch it
likely
be
against.
against Bad Bunny at Backlash.
Oh my God.
Only match is acceptable. Only match that is acceptable.
Um.
I am done seeing these matches with legends. I'm so done.
Yeah.
I'm
So
so done.
SummerSlam, I think, and because of that, because I think it is going to happen, Logan Paul versus Cena at SummerSlam. On that match, I would say Logan should win that match.
No,
Um,
that's
yeah,
almost worse than Logan beating Seth here.
I don't think so.
Okay. IC title triple threat.
IC title triple threat. Okay. Um, I could really see from what I'm seeing, the IC title right now is reminding me a lot like the NXT UK title involving Gunther.
Yeah,
Um, I'm
beating
getting,
everyone.
yeah, I'm getting heavy NXT UK title vibes. Um, so I do think I would say it would make sense for Gunther to retain and then
Mm.
get uh another record because like he's been setting records like all the time. Like
But
he
didn't
set
you
record
say that Sheamus should retain before you left, though? Or
yes.
Sheamus should win, not retain?
Yeah, that is my personal pick. I do think it is time for Sheamus to so reasonably I can see Gunther retaining
Yeah.
because if they want to have him uh put a record on IC title, elevate it, and then someone like Pete Dunne, uh Ilya Dragunov, JD McDonough, I don't know.
JD
Uh
McDonagh.
yeah, JD did put out a tweet at one point with eyes eyeing Gunther. But
Okay.
I'm still gonna say Sheamus because Sheamus needs it, I think. I mean, Sheamus is already incredible. He's already basically a surefire Hall of Famer.
Oh, yeah.
Um, but him being Grand Slam champion would really help him a lot, and it would just easily cement like it would be a huge accolade for him once he becomes a Hall of Famer.
That would make him first ballot Hall of Famer for sure, and him
Yeah.
being in WWE as long as he has,
Mm-hmm.
it's deserved. Like,
Yeah,
he's done
it's deserved.
everything, literally
Yeah.
everything besides become IC champion.
Yeah.
King of the
I
Ring,
at
Royal
first
Rumble,
I
Money in the Bank.
genuinely for this matchup I genuinely did not expect we would get the triple threat. I thought we were gonna see Gunther versus Drew 1-on-1 and then
Mm,
like maybe Drew wins it and then right away. And then as a transition champ, he says, "I'll let you face me first" to Sheamus, and then Sheamus picks up the win.
Yeah,
But
that would have been acceptable and
yeah,
pretty, you know.
or hell, I do think another thing that could have happened is if Drew turns heel. Um, but personally, I don't think. Yeah, Drew already is a former IC champion. He doesn't need.
He doesn't need it.
Yeah,
He's
even
there to
though.
eat the pin, no matter who
Yeah,
wins.
yeah.
Okay, Roman and Cody, and then let's end this off.
Wait, one more thing regarding that.
Oh, my bad.
Regarding the triple threat, I do say Sheamus wins just because I think now is the time for. Well, maybe not like now, but like Gunther, I think needs to be in the world title picture. So like now,
Gunther, yeah, that's why I think that
yeah.
Gunther
So
does
like,
not go after the IC title after he loses.
yeah.
Correct.
I think, I'm thinking maybe at like Backlash, we see Randy versus Cody.
Yes.
And then Cody could win that, and then at some point during that time, WWE splits the titles. So then at SummerSlam we'll have Cody versus Randy for the WWE Championship, and then Universal title or whatever SmackDown's title will be, World Heavyweight or whatever. Gunther will be in the picture for that.
I would say for that, I would give it Gunther versus Drew for
Yeah,
the World
the
Heavyweight
World
or
Heavyweight or the
Universal.
Universal. Yeah,
That would be sick, and obviously
yeah,
have Gunther win that.
yeah.
So yeah, that would be pretty sick.
So yeah, that's the only reason I say Sheamus. But if they want to continue Gunther's reign, totally
They can go
understand
ahead
it.
and do that. Yeah, but I
Mhm.
want it to be Sheamus too.
And then main event.
Oh,
Yeah, main event. Okay. Roman versus Cody. There is reports that Roman is going to take a vacation
oh yeah.
after WrestleMania, and the WWE app does not have him featured at all anywhere until SummerSlam. Literally, Roman is nowhere to be found anywhere until SummerSlam. So I don't. So
Yeah,
obviously, WWE app can easily change at any point in time, or not even fully show the picture. But
yeah, it's card subject to change. So
yeah,
I mean, you can't really be surprised.
but Cody is basically there, like everywhere, mostly on Raw. But
Yeah, so it's got to
so
be Cody, right?
it's got to be Cody. Yeah. Roman does not need the 1,000 days. I do think we do see the bloodline coming out, and then I do think Jay finally turns on Roman, and uh I feel a little bad that I have to say this, but Roman is eating another chair shot to the back.
I was
Yeah,
gonna
he,
say
Don't be scared to
super
say
kick.
that. That's gonna happen. It could
no,
happen. I could see that happening
yeah,
too.
no, he
But Jay's the
at
one
this
that does it.
yeah, but this time Jay does it.
And then Sammy's just over there like, yeah, buddy, you listen to
Yeah.
You
me.
finally did it. You finally did it.
Yep.
Look at my
And
boy.
then we get like reminiscence of that like one time on SmackDown when Jay was like that promo segment like with Roman and Jay. Like I think it was after the last time Roman beat Jay. And then he's like, "Why you gotta do me like that, man?
Why
I
you gotta do
hate
me
you."
like that, man? And then you see Cody just laying in the ring doing the little
Yeah,
proud dad face
yeah.
at
And
Jay
then
hitting the Roman with the
yeah, and
chair.
then Jay's like, "I told you, I hate you. I always hated you." And
I
then
joined you for my brother, for my family. Yeah,
yeah,
I can see
yeah.
that.
So
All
and
right.
then what's it called? Roman's gonna transition out of there, and then he's gonna be gone a few months, and then lead up to SummerSlam. He
Rematch
comes
with
back.
Jay. Yeah, he
Yeah, he
comes
comes
back. It's
back,
like, I
beats
didn't
down
forget.
Jay.
I didn't
Yeah,
forget, buddy. Yeah.
yeah. And then At SummerSlam, we see Roman versus Jay, and I'm gonna say Jay beats Roman, and that ends
Mm,
the era of the Tribal Chief once and for all.
that ends the bloodline with
That ends
the
the
way it
bloodline, ends
started.
the Tribal Chief,
The way it started with Jay in the spotlight. I could definitely see that.
because the bloodline story era basically was not about Roman.
It wasn't about
Despite his
Sammy.
record reign, yeah, it was not about Sammy. Sammy came in along and happened to like elevate that, but the bloodline era was all about Jay.
For sure.
It was always
100%.
about Jay. So yeah, like, and Jay has been like just proven again and again that he is amazing. He's a star, and uh given the fact that where WrestleMania is at right now, this year, not it's not gonna happen for this WrestleMania, but I think Hollywood does end up calling Jay next.
Jay Hollywood needs fucking Jay for those
Hollywood
promos
needs Jay
alone.
Uso.
Next Oscar winner, you could forget your Brendan Frasers, your Joaquin Phoenixes, your fucking Leonardo DiCaprios. Next Oscar winner for best male actor goes to fucking Jey Uso.
Jey Uso, yep. So
Facts.
yeah, I think SummerSlam, Jay will beat Roman finally, and there will be a moment where like Rikishi could like come out and like not really take a bump, but like saying like, oh, like encouraging Jay, and then finally Jay wins, and then like a celebration or something.
That would be
Who
absolutely
knows? Maybe in Detroit we'll see Rikishi and the Usos breaking it down again.
sick. But yeah, that's absolutely sick. So that concludes our WrestleMania 39 prediction stream.
Mhm.
I want to thank everybody in the chat for being so lively, even if it's at Dylan's expense.
Even if it's at my expense.
I want to thank you two for being here and giving your predictions. I want to thank Ryan, who's outside, given for giving his predictions. And yeah, WrestleMania, boys, it's going to be one hell of a show. It's like
Yeah.
for good or
Loving
for
it.
bad, it's going to make everybody talk. And
Oh yeah.
I can't
I
wait.
will talk a little bit more about recent reports about the PW Insider report, because not only does it show that Gangrel is to be brought to WrestleMania, it also talked about how there are a handful of legends that will be in attendance for WrestleMania. That includes Kane, Jimmy Hart, Tori Wilson, Hacksaw Duggan, Sergeant Slaughter, Michelle McCool, and The Undertaker.
How come I always thought Sergeant Slaughter died? Is that like bad?
No, I thought so. I
No.
thought the same thing too.
I thought Sergeant Slaughter died a long time ago, but I mean that's fine. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not like they're gonna do anything.
They're not gonna do anything.
They're
They'll
not gonna
probably
do
just
anything.
have like what's it called?
Those
Moments like
those shots of the
yeah,
crowd
those
being
shots
like,
where they like have their nameplates and like
yeah,
everything, and then like
here's
get a pop.
WWE Hall of Famer The Undertaker. He's here.
Maybe
It's
one
like,
of the
congrats.
one of the legends will like say like the crowd attendance numbers or something.
Yeah, or they introduce the Hall of Fame class of 2023. They could do that.
Good, yeah.
Right.
So yeah, that concludes the stream, boys. Thank you for coming here and joining and spending an hour and 45 minutes with us. And yeah,
Mhm.
this has been your boy Willie Does Wrestling, featuring Last Week in Wrestling and Will Ferris, and we will see you in the next video.